really care about your networking skills. People really have can-do spirit. After 1.5 years, I'm able to get back my MBA tuition.
Has very rich experience in working in multinationals, in project management, and in supply chain. And then he got his MBA education in the United States. And then he became Then he became an independent MBA consultant. So today I have prepared many questions for him. I want to know why he made this change, how this MBA program changed him, and help him become an independent consultant, and what he has learned through this process, through this program, and also through this process of coaching others to get their MBA. So my first question would be, when did you get this MBA education, and why did you start to make this change? Because you have rich working experience, so why at that time you decided to give yourself this opportunity to study abroad?
Yeah, so I went to the US to study MBA in 2018. The reason I chose MBA, because at that time I have worked for more than 10 years, and I found my career path was getting narrower and narrower, because I was working in a few positions for a long time, like a technical trainer, project manager, but I don't see any chances to get higher position or job promotion. And I don't see bright future for my career. And at that time, I joined Toastmasters. It's a different Toastmaster club. It's People Square Toastmaster. And I got to know some people who have already got their place, and I talked to them. And then I began to connect with some other people in different industries. After doing my own research, I think studying MBA is a good choice for me to expand my view, at the same time to accelerate my career. So that's why I chose to study MBA. I was able to take these classes and build essential business skills in this. But besides business knowledge and business skills, I was able to build another crucial skill that has huge impact for me and for my, because considering to job in the US, and the US companies really care about your networking skills. So at that time, I joined a lot of networking events to hone those skills. And later on, when I was looking for a job, I was using these skills to connect with people in those companies. Yeah, basically, these two major areas are business knowledge skill and also networking skills.
Very good. So how did that help you in your next career as an independent consultant?
Oh, that's a totally different story. So after my MBA study, I worked in Canada for half a year, and then the manager in an American company. Only 2 years ago, I became independent MBA consultant. But before that, I became part-time MBA consultant in 3 MBA training institutions. That was 2020.
Oh.
Yeah. And in those 3 training institutions to help people to apply for top universities. And I gained some experience through coaching those training institutions. And after some years, I was thinking maybe I can start my own MBA consulting. That was 2 years ago. Yeah. So I didn't start MBA consulting immediately after my MBA study. Actually, I joined companies, but at the same time, I had a few part-time jobs as well. And 2 years ago, I started independent consulting. After being part-time MBA consultant, I felt I have already know basically the whole consulting process. Yeah. The only thing I was missing at that time was how to acquire students. I didn't have hands-on experience. That's the only area I was missing. But after being part-time MBA consultant, I think maybe I can start MBA consulting. Because as part-time MBA consultant, the paycheck was very low. it's based on
Yeah.
based on hours, and how much they charge each student. And I think it's unfair. And
Yeah.
all the coaching work, and the only thing I'm missing is about customer acquisition. But if I acquire a student by myself, I will get some much higher income. And also, I have kind of the dream of start my own business for a long, long time, especially before my MBA started. Yeah, and so about 2 years ago, I think it was a good timing. At that time, I met a good friend, and she was very interested in my business, in MBA coaching, and we have a lot of deep discussion, and then we started MBA consulting. Yeah, so that's how I.
When you were taking the MBA course, have you met a lot of entrepreneurs and who have inspired you or learn from? So did you have the chance to know a lot of bosses, a lot of entrepreneurs there in your MBA program?
Yeah, so I was in the US, so I met a lot of people from different industries. First of all, I met a lot of MBA alumni graduating from the same business school because I made a lot of connection with them. Some of them are top executives in the companies, like in Silicon Valley, in Google's, Amazon, etc. And I also met some entrepreneurs. It's a totally different experience. So, but during MBA study, I have some connection with entrepreneurs. Definitely, I benefit from their sharing, from their own experience, and that's really helpful for my own business.
Okay. Yeah, I think studying in the US would be a very memorable experience for any of us. So how did you describe your study there? Because I know, of course, the education system is so different from our own country, and also the same MBA program could be very different if it's in China or it's in the US, right? So how would you describe this experience in several words?
In several words, first of all, the reason I chose MBA program in the US, because of, first of all, US has the best MBA education.
Oh, okay.
Well designed MBA courses, and they really encourage students to network with each other, with people in different industries. This is their strength. And just now we talk about entrepreneurship, and I found in the US, people really have can-do spirit. If you want to do something, they will talk with people with a similar backgrounds, and then they will start their own business. That's something I really admire. Yeah, and I think that's the time I began to have the dream to start my own business. Because I see so many people who come from maybe poor backgrounds and then started their own business and become really successful. There are so many these kind of stories in the US. Yeah. So yeah, in a nutshell, I think from my own MBA learning experience, first of all, they have the best MBA education, and they really encourage people to network with each other in order to achieve their career goal. Second, American people really have can-do mindset, and that's really impressive. Yeah.
I really like this can-do spirit or can-do mindset, because I think in China, especially if you are not in the big city like Beijing and Shanghai, people's mindset is very monotonous, or it's very narrowed. They don't think, oh, entrepreneurship is a good job. They think, oh, if you go to the school, if you go to some government sessions, then that's a good job. So starting your business is never the best option here in many cities. But I think in a country like the US, you can really liberate your mind, and you can really feel this freedom, and feel that you can really do something on your own. And perhaps that's one thing that inspired you to do your own business. That MBA fee or intuition is quite high. So do you think it's worth the money?
Yeah, for me, definitely it's worth it. Yeah, the MBA tuition is very expensive, especially MBA programs in the US. It's the most expensive.
Yeah.
But for me, it's definitely worth it because it's a very unique experience. It's transformation journey for me. Now looking back, before MBA, my view is to engineering and project management. But now, after studying MBA, after connecting with people from different background, different culture, I have much expanded global view, and most importantly, I began to have that kind of can-do spirit as well, because I have experienced so many things and I have seen so many people become successful through their own ideas. And so I think a lot of people will consider ROI when they consider MBA program. They will consider how much they invest and how much they can get. Actually, before I started MBA, I also calculated ROI, how much I need to invest, and what kind of income I can get after MBA. So I think if you have a clear idea about what you want, and definitely you can calculate ROI by yourself. And if you think it's a wise investment, and definitely it will be worthwhile.
So it's about the spending, the cost, and what you get in return, right? And the money you can get back, right?
For example, in investment, let's say the tuition is $500,000.
50.
Yeah, and after MBA graduation, you can estimate. Okay, this is my current salary. After MBA education, maybe I will get 20% pay rise, or maybe 40% pay rise, and then you can calculate how many years you can get back that MBA tuition. This is the simple way to calculate ROI. But there are some potentials because MBA education can generate long-term benefits. Maybe after 5 years of MBA, maybe you will become a top manager or top executive in the company, and your pay will be maybe tripled of your original salary. You know what I mean? So there will be long-term benefits, and if you start your own business, maybe the benefits will be even bigger. So there are some simple ways to calculate ROI, but I think definitely you can calculate and consider whether it's a good investment or not.
Yeah, I think perhaps after getting this education, there are higher chances for you to get promoted, or you may someday get connected to a person, and this network can also be the springboard for you to elevate your career. And of course, as a boss, as an entrepreneur, you can get even higher income.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So can I know how many years you get that in return?
My pay rise after MBA is about possibly 30%. Yeah, 30%.
Wow.
And
that's big.
Yeah. So after 1.5 years, I'm able to get back my MBA tuition.
Wow. I hope our audience can understand this. You can get about 30% of pay rise after you get MBA education. So go for it. Wow, that's a big return for me.
Yeah, it may vary from person to person.
Yeah, of course.
Basic calculation. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a very good investment now for me, because when I look at the before this interview, I searched the tuition fee, and I think it's so high. Why people spend so much money on this? But after hearing what you said, it's quite good investment. It sounds nice.